Denver, Colorado. And we're here. Well, I'll tell you, I know how to get a hand. I'll tell you this. Well, we came to the right place because if there's anything women in Denver, Colorado know, it's how to trap a man. Here's Gwendolyn Goldsby Grant, Ph.D. You're a psychologist and an advice columnist for Essence Magazine.
Right.
You believe, among other things, that women are actually the ones who pursue men, not vice versa.
Absolutely. There's an old expression that says, I allow him to chase me until I catch him.
And that's true. You buy that.
I buy that.
Yeah.
Even if we don't admit it, that's what we do.
Just give us some suggestions. How do you trap a man?
One of the things I suggest is that we become friends with men. And I found out that there are women in this city who do that. I was walking around and I met Phyllis Centauri, who has Centauri's Boutique, and she
Oh, my
agrees
darling,
with me.
we are 1 minute into this and you're giving plugs out here. Let me just show them here. Number one, here are yours. Here, can you see this on the screen? Let's show this, Brian. Number one, be a man's best friend. All right, you were making that point. I'm not sure about number two, use calculated indifference. What does that mean?
Calculated indifference means don't be too anxious. And don't be the kind of person who looks too desperate.
Number three, dole out only bits of yourself to a man.
Yes, little by little, give him little by little so that you won't give him too much, so that he won't get fed up with you too fast.
Number four, let him pursue you or believe he is pursuing you. Well, you said that.
Absolutely.
Number five, always leave him wanting more.
Always leave him wanting more. Leave a little intrigue in there.
And number
that
six,
old black magic.
Yes. Number six is practice turning him down.
Yes, every once in a while he needs to be turned down to know that you are your own person.
Seven, let him see how much others adore you.
Yes, then if other people like the product, he might too.
I am counting on this audience to help me here. Number eight, get him into the habit of you, then skip seeing him a few times.
Yes, so he begins to long for you.
Number nine, use lots of praise and flattering on him. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
Number 10, cook for him once in a while.
A way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Number 11, talk slowly and seductively when you're alone with him.
Yes, speak low when you speak love.
You don't get this advice on all the shows, you know. I hope you brought your pencils and paper here. Listen to this. 12, develop a pet name for him that only you can use.
Snookums will do, any day. Any good name will do, as long as you don't say it in public.
And 13, lower the register of your voice when you speak about love to him.
Yes.
Are you serious about this?
Absolutely. Am I serious, ladies? Look at, see? Denver says yes. The men say no.
And 14, drop hints about future times together.
Yes. Make mind pictures so that he sees that you have plans and that he might join you in those plans.
Carol and Kelly, is this pretty good advice in your opinion?
I certainly think it is.
You've been, well, listen.
That's how I trapped my husband.
I hear your voice, my darling. I think I understand it. This poor guy was probably begging for mercy after the first night out with you.
He certainly was.
You've been married 5 years. You trapped your husband.
Yes.
You're honest to say so. Your husband wined and dined you, did he?
He thought he was.
But you had already selected him as a partner?
I certainly had. His eyes. He was a boxing trainer. I'm into boxing.
You really?
I told him I needed him. I really needed his skill.
That's one of the things you do. You find out what he's interested in.
Yes.
Now, Carolyn, this is your second marriage. You did it different the first time than the second time, or vice versa?
Well, I killed the first one.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Well, do you have any hobbies? No, I'm kidding. This is. Carolyn, you're next to Holly. Now, Holly, you're here to say very honestly, and thank you for presenting yourself here. You actually did this. You selected a man, and did you ask him to live with you?
Yes, I did.
On what date?
2 months after I met him.
You just whammo said, why don't you live with me?
Right. Right.
Uh-huh. He moved in, did he?
Yes, he did.
You told him that if he didn't marry you, you would have to move out.
Yes.
Or he would have to move out.
He would have to move out of my house, yes.
He got a little scared, did he?
He was petrified.
Now, you actually did something even worse than that. You actually, when he said that he wasn't going to marry you or indicated that he wasn't necessarily breathless about doing it this weekend, you pretended, or you scared him by pretending to kill yourself?
Yes, I did. But wait, there's a reason why. There's a reason why. My mother was dying, and I was losing a lot of my family, and I was very much alone. So I was very frightened at the time that I needed someone. And when you're losing your family and you have no one, I kind of clung to him, and when he came around and showed some love towards me, I said, well, this man, I don't want to let go. I was frightened. And that's what happened to me.
That's one of my no-nos.
Uh-huh.
One of my no-nos is suicide.
Don't ever tell him you're going to kill yourself.
Yeah,
It's not a good idea.
no suicide
It makes
attempt.
for a long evening, you know. Well, Holly, I assume then you're not foursquare in favor of this rather manipulative way to trap.
Not at all. I think it was wrong and deceptive, and that's why the marriage didn't work out, because it didn't start on the right basis. It started out of my fear and vulnerability at the time, and it's wrong to do that.
You would never do this again.
Absolutely not.
There's a difference between deception and intrigue. This is creating intrigue, not deception.
John Mastriani sits next to Holly. John, you're 27 years old, you're a bachelor, and it says... You want to talk to him? You have a question? For John? He hasn't even said anything. Hold on a second. Yes.
Seems to me if you need to lie and manipulate to get a man, don't you have to continue it to keep him? And that's just
Absolutely.
gonna
What
go
a
on
bright
forever.
young woman. Yes, absolutely.
What do you think about all this, John?
Interesting. I think that the doctor is correct in a lot of her statements. Being a bachelor, when you go out, you see a lot of people faking who they are right when you meet them. And if you weather the storm and you like someone, then you get to know the person, and then you can have a relationship.
Do women do this to you?
Yes.
Tell me about this job business. What is that? The working, the questions about what you do for a living.
Well, I'm a salesperson. I work for a major medical company, and in the beginning, when I was in sales, I would approach a customer with just my product, the features and benefits, and sell the product without showing some warmth and personality. And once I started doing that, especially with my female customers, my success became a lot better.
But aren't you also upset at the number of women who want to know what you do right in the first conversation at the singles bar?
Absolutely. Invariably, one of the first things out of a person's mouth when I meet him is, what do you do for a living?
Right.
And if it's something that is interesting and lucrative, then you pass go, collect 200, and you could talk to him for a while.
And that puts you off, does it?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's a big disrespect.
You know what it is, Phil? It's like shopping for a man, you know, and men resent that.
Well, I would have to think that these women must be kind of insecure about how they feel about themselves, but they have to resort to these types of tactics to get men. Because I know for myself, I found the most perfect man for me as a husband, and I didn't have to use one single one of those steps that you had on the screen.
If she claims that the way that he is doing it is shopping, then how do you do that? I mean, don't the men feel like they're being trapped? Once they figure it out, they're long gone anyway. Who wants it?
Well, first, let's understand one thing, ladies, and that is every man came through a woman. Consequently, we know what a man needs as well as what he wants.
John,
we have a question.
hearing what you've heard already so far, when you go out with a woman now, are you going to be skeptical and figuring that...
He's already skeptical.
He's already
Okay, so do you like have in the back of your mind that, well, gosh, this woman's going to trap me?
No, I don't think that they're going to trap me because, contrary to what they're saying, I think it takes a different type of man to be trapped. It's a certain weakness if you get trapped by someone. The word trap is...
my husband is very strong.
Well, that's your...
Very, very, very strong.
That's your opinion. But...
Very strong.
John. Yeah, what?
How come the
men aren't trying to trap the women?
Because they're in abundance.
Alonzo Roberts, have you ever tried to trap a woman?
No, but one of the things I do look for in a woman is honesty, no game playing, sincerity.
You don't like this kind of, you see it.
Not at all. Not at all. And
let me just tell you, Alonzo, you're 37, you're a bachelor by choice, you've never been married, you enjoy your freedom, the single life. You're not ready to make a commitment to one woman yet. I assume that marriage will be in your future sometime. Is that how you feel about it?
I keep an open mind about it. You know, things happen from day to day. I
Can
wake
you
up.
tell when women are deploying these techniques?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
It turns you off, does it?
Absolutely.
Well,
because it's not my approach to, you know, dating a woman is first of all, we strike up a friendship. That's the first thing. That's very important, to like each other even before the first date.
Yeah.
And hopefully that carries on through the relationship if it comes to that.
Yeah.
That's exactly
For
what
the
we're
ladies who
saying.
trap the man, how come you're trying to trap one man when there's a million others?
Well, what about after you're married? I mean, the deception.
Yeah, doesn't this, you know,
right?
how long can you go with this? Let me get Jeffrey in here.
The audience is calling this deception. This is not deception, okay? The young woman just said she didn't use any of those tactics. I hope that your husband is your friend, and that was #1 on the list, okay? We're talking about human behavior, and when we talk about human behavior, we're going to talk about the things we do to relate and communicate with one another.
Hi.
Exactly.
What did you say about men and nests? Men like nests? Did you say that? Something about providing a nest or a lair or a place for men?
Women have the nesting instinct. Men don't. It goes like this: mother, baby, father, maybe. Women are the ones who want to nest, okay?
Father, maybe what? Am I
Maybe
slow?
what?
Am I
That's
missing-
right. Maybe what?
Wait, let me just get Jeffrey in here. Jeffrey Alfiero, you're 30, you're a bachelor, you've never been married, and you feel that men and women play games with each other. You've seen this as well, huh?
Absolutely.
Well, what side do you come down here on this? Are you for or against this?
I'm against game playing. Thank you, thank you.
This is not gameplay.
I do agree with the doctor, however, when she says it's not deception and that you have to become, you know, friends first. But the type of person that I am, and everybody's different, of course, but the type of person that I am is that I don't usually allow a woman to be my friend as a pal in you know, let's go have a few beers, let's go, this type of thing. And only men who permit that to happen are the ones who may fall into this category.
And allow themselves to be trapped.
Hi, I think this is kind of making men feel stupid or something. My husband is wonderful, and a lot of women wanted him. I was just myself, and I think men are smart enough to know.
Dress?
Absolutely.
Well, a little bit, but I was myself. There's nothing wrong with just love and being yourself.
Men are smart enough
That's
to know,
exactly what we're
definitely.
Is there
saying. That's what we're
anybody
saying.
here who
This is
trapped a
not
man?
deception.
There is. Hold on, I found a woman.
They're misconstruing this.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm very happily married, and I trapped him, seduced him all the way. Every way I could think of. I wore as little as possible. I seduced him as much as I could, and it was worth every
And I
minute
hope
of
you're
it.
still doing
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
And
All of her tricks.
you were married last Saturday.
No, I've been married a long time, and
How long you been?
I have a teenage daughter, and we're very happy. And
You knew you wanted him.
I knew I wanted him.
That's
and I went
right.
after it.
Into clothes and everything.
Any way I could think of. I went after it, and it was worth it.
Yes.
Smart woman.
I found it was the best way to trap someone, if you want to put it in that way, is to stimulate them intellectually, more along the lines of, you know more about Panama than you do about Madonna.
Right.
You know,
Really? And that's a seductive
Right.
thing to men.
they like to talk to women where they can look at them in the eye and actually say, have a conversation with them.
And for example, the garment you were wearing wouldn't matter at all. I see. It's about Managua. Are you there, caller? Let me see if this system works here. Go ahead,
yeah,
caller.
Bill.
Yeah.
I'm a bachelor now. I was dating a girl, and she tried using these techniques. And at first, I kind of fell for it. Then after a while, I kind of picked up on it, and it just was a total turnoff. It was so fake. It was, you know, the woman said the first step was